Your boy John Doe. How y'all doing today, man? Got the regular unusual suspects, C4, Screwface, Dog Holy, and Zombie 70. Go on and say your thing, C4. Your thing, son.
What up, people? It's your boy C4.
All right. Screwface.
Say hello to the bad guy.
I can see your game, whatever you playing, Screwface.
That ain't me. That's Dark Holy.
Oh, that's Dog Holy always doing that shit. All right, Dog Holy, go ahead and say your thing, son.
Don't hate me because you ain't me.
All right, now here we go. Last but not least, go ahead, Zombie 70. What you got to say, man?
Yeah, LeBron James, baby.
I know you would have said something awkward, man. Some people, man, you know what I'm saying? We back the podcast team. I'm trying to think of what I want to start off with, man, because there's so much juiciness out there. We're going to get the least juiciness out the way first, you know what I'm saying? And I think the least juiciest thing that we can talk about right now is how The Last of Us look like The Last of Us. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the best way I can put it, man. That game look exactly the same, man. And hey, if you go out and buy it, I feel you're a damn fool, man. Rent that shit something, man, but do not go out and purchase it, man, because it's the same as that game. But go ahead, C4. Give me your thoughts on that, there, sir.
Honestly, I don't care.
That's it.
Did you hear me?
You had a loss for words now, ain't it?
Man, I mean, I just really don't care. Honestly.
Oh man, you don't feel that's. You don't feel that's
I mean, I don't already express my opinions on remastered games. You know, that's less than a year old 1,000 times, man. They already know how I feel, man. I think that we all knew that it was going to look pretty much like the PlayStation 3 version because the PlayStation 3 version looked pretty damn good when it came out 9 months ago. So, I mean, it is what it is for me.
Okay. Well, I'm going to expand this topic after everybody answers this. Go ahead, Zoe, but let me know how you feel, sir.
Yeah, I'm the same way as C4. You know, Sony's ripping us off. He's ripping off the Sony fanboys. The Sony fanboys are getting raped, and you know, if they want to get raped, they know they're really getting raped. They're really getting done dirty, and it's a sad sight. But if Sony fanboys want to get raped, then hey, you know, take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a surprise subject in here at the end of this one. But go ahead, Dog Holy.
Wow.
You know, I love the game. Everybody knows that, but man, how that gonna buy that game? I mean, pay full price for that game. They should get.
Well, it's no longer full price. I think they're charging what, $50 now, or 40 or something like that. No, $49.99, $50, something like that.
Huh? But they showed pictures, and it was basically the same
game.
Darker.
I mean, if you want to be, if you want to be honest with you, the PlayStation 3 version looked better than the PlayStation 4 version in the pictures that I saw.
Yeah, it just looks darker on the PS4.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Some assholes. I don't support that shit.
Then let me go on and get Screwface thoughts on this.
Well, everybody knows I don't really care for rehash games. I think they double dipped and it failed because they really didn't change anything about it. It's basically the same game, which we all felt it was going to be. I know I did feel it was going to be the same game and not really look any different. So, because it looks so good already, I can still understand to a point why they did it for the people that didn't have a PS3 and bought a PS4. You know, I feel like the only time that these remastered games are worth it is if you've never played the original on the original console and you don't own that console to go get a used copy of it or borrow it from your friend. I can see the point in that. But it should have never came out at $60, period. It should have came as a digital download for like $30 or you know what I'm saying, something like that. So that's how I feel about it. I think it's dumb.
Fuck that. It shouldn't have came out at no price at all. We should have been able to play our PlayStation 3 games and our Xbox 360 games on these current gen consoles.
No, you know what I think they should have did? I think they should have made this PSN game. You get what I'm saying? If you got PSN, we gonna remake The Last of Us so you can play it. You know what I'm saying? On the house for supporting the company. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the same exact game as they had on the last generation. You know, and with that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna expand this right here for the simple fact I feel it need to be expanded. I feel this whole remake thing is BS, man. They should just gave us backwards compatibility from the start, you know what I'm saying, like Nintendo does, instead of going out and, you know what I'm saying, and feeling that it's all right to double dip and keep remaking games over and over, and Sony is killing it with these remakes, you know what I'm saying. Now they coming out with Beyond Two Souls, you know what I'm saying, Ratchet. Well, I don't really feel that bad about Ratchet and Clank because they're going to have to literally rebuild Ratchet and Clank, because isn't that the PS2 version? Yeah, so they're going to have to rebuild it for the PlayStation 4, you know what I'm saying? But knowing Sony might just port that bitch over and slap 1080p 60 frames per second on it, you know what I'm saying? Sony, man, because Sony, you know, it's sad to say that, but I can see Sony doing that, you feel me?
Yeah.
Especially with that game that you
I mean, then they had PlayStation. Then they had PlayStation 2 cars in the PlayStation 3 Gran Turismo game, so that ain't hard to believe.
Man, but how y'all feel about, you know what I'm saying, these two companies? I'm not gonna really say Nintendo, but Microsoft and Sony just constantly rehashing games to get money up out of their consumers. And let me take this out of the equation. I don't care if you never played the game before in your life. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel it's all right that these companies keep doing this, because basically they milking their consumers. You get what I'm saying? They milking them because they ain't got to really put not too much labor. They ain't got to come up with no new ideas. They just basically give it the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, they're gonna give you the same shit. I feel you should just go and play it on the system that it was made for. But now let's go ahead and talk about that. I'm gonna start with Zobi on this because it seems like Zobi want to jump in on this one bad. Go ahead, Zobi.
Oh no, I wish we got the back. That's what Sony was cool for back in the day when we got that PS2 and we could play the PS1 games. Oh man, it was so beautiful, man. I was playing all the old RPGs. Then going into the PlayStation 3 but PlayStation 3 did have it, then they took it away to cut costs, and then they go into the PlayStation 4, and it's like, man, it just shows how worthless the console is, man. It's crazy. What's funny is that anybody else, if anybody else does it, it's wrong, but if Sony does it, it's cool. Like GameStop nickels and dimes us. You know, we'll trade in a game that we just bought, and they'll give us half of that. You know what I'm saying? Sony can overcharge us a game that's half that price, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's weird.
It's wrong. Say it what it is. It's wrong. But
I wish we had backwards compatibility. Yo, gaming would be so cool if we had that, yo. It'd be perfect.
Go ahead, Screwface.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with Zobi. I'm a huge backwards compatibility fan. I think all consoles, especially once every console went to disc-based, cartridges for their games instead of the old cartridges.
Well, Screwface, I got a question. Is it Nintendo's games that are backwards compatible, can they go online still or no? For the Nintendo games?
You mean like?
Nintendo ain't really never invested in online.
I think they cut the online off for the Wii games, right?
No, not all.
Not all of them, but yeah. I mean, they will cut that support, but as far as being able to play the actual game, you know what I'm saying?
I think that might be the problem. Maybe these games can't go online. Like
that's a damn lie, because Halo could go online on the 360. Halo 2, I mean.
And I mean, 2K5 you can go online with.
At the end of the day, though, like, I think they could make it do whatever they want to make it do, or allow it to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's funny how they want to push the new console on us, and they want us to go buy it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then they don't give us really anything except remastered shit.
I was able to play with original Xbox One players and talk to them when I had the 360.
and I can't play backwards compatibility, but but I got this new console and I don't have anything to play on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like every console now, especially with it all being disc-based, should be backwards compatible, at least as far back as any disc-based console that they put out. That's how I feel about all platforms. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony.
Sony was trying to promote this gay Kai, like we were going to be able to play our old games, but what happened, guys? Does anybody know?
It's a milking service. That's basically what it is.
It's PlayStation now.
Did they trick you
that
on the
became
milk?
now. That's what PlayStation Now is. That's what it became.
Remember we talked about this in like your very first podcast. We talked about PlayStation Now Gaikai becoming PlayStation Now. Now, don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure, but it's pretty much the same infrastructure. Streaming your older games. But I thought it was going to be just a monthly fee. But now they charging by the hour and by the day, it seems like so.
It's not really even a rental service. It's a milking service. You know.
So does that show that Sony has no money, or is it shows that they're looking out for their gamers?
Shows looking out for what gamers? No, shows that they is a business and they don't care about fucking over their consumers. You know what I'm saying? That's what it shows to me. In my eyes, that's what I see.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
And about Don Coley, you want to speak on this?
Yeah, so sure. I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to be rude.
Man, I go ahead and say something about it, man.
Go there, C4.
Cause I got a problem with it. You know, y'all already know. I think backwards compatibility should have been the thing, but my whole thing about these companies, coming out with these games is like, it just goes to show that they don't give a fuck about us. And I'm not saying that these companies supposed to, come out. All right, we ain't doing that, but I'm not saying they need to come to our house and play games with us and eat cookies and milk. But
back in the day, it felt like they cared. Actually.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna get into as well, because that's my problem with last generation and this generation as well, because. When you were talking about the Wii's online, it reminded me why I never bought games digitally last generation.
Yeah.
Because I remember on the original Xbox, I used to play Splinter Cell, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. And I used to love playing that, and they had a downloadable co-op mission you can play, and me and my cousin used to play that all the time. And when I got my original Xbox back, I wanted to download that, but the servers were gone. And that reminds me like why I don't buy shit digital, because if you had it at one point in time and the servers go down, you essentially fucked out of your stuff.
Exactly.
And that was the thing that pissed me off with this generation, because last generation they were pushing the whole digital distribution thing. Okay, and if that was your goal to push that, then you should have made every effort to make sure that these new consoles can support what you pushed last generation. There's no reason why if you went out there and you bought The Last of Us, or you bought Beyond Two Souls, or you bought the Halo Anniversary, you shouldn't be able to play those digital versions you bought on your 360 on the Xbox One, because it's a digital game. And that's my problem with these next-gen consoles, or current-gen consoles, is because they have no incentive on you getting one, because it's like, okay, I could buy a $500, $400 console, but I'm going to be essentially playing the same games I was playing on my last generation console. And if you're a person like me who don't give a damn about 1080p 60 frames per second or 720p native, then it's irrelevant, and it just seems like a waste of money. And the fact that they milking people who buy these consoles because they have no games, the people who want to then spend $500 and $400 and $600 and $700 buying games and accessories and stuff, they feel as though they need to get their money's worth. So they will go out and buy these games over again just to feel like they have something to play, and they can feel like they got their money's worth on these consoles. And I think that's complete bullshit. And I'm not a fan of it at all.
All right.
How much did The Last of Us sell on the PS3?
What you mean? How many copies did it sell?
Did it sell a lot for a AAA title, or did it sell poorly?
No, it didn't sell what Halo sold.
I'll look that up when y'all converse. Go ahead, though.
It didn't sell what Gears of War sold. You know what I'm saying? Hell, it didn't even come close to what Mario Kart sold. So,
AAA exclusives, huh?
Yeah, AAA exclusive. Yeah, you know, hell, they don't even sell what Call of Duty sell. So you know, on the same system. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like I don't know. You know, I think that they really want to get out of Last of Us what they were supposed to get out. But I think if they would have made it,
that was my point. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. If they would have made it a backwards compatible game, they still could have, you know what I'm saying, sold copies of it. You feel what I'm saying?
For real. People would have
like they could have threw it in the digital arcade and had people where they can download it digitally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The game actually sold pretty good. I was looking at the sales. It sold 4.6 million copies.
It's all right.
That's not bad. I mean,
it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
I mean, it's not fantastic, but I mean, let's be honest with you. The only exclusive that we can honestly say sells fantastic is Halo. I mean, compared to it, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that is good.
No,
Hey, let me give you another example of how bad these next-gen consoles are doing. When did Titanfall come out? March?
Mm-hmm.
They were already offering it for, like, what, $30? And that's a good game. But how bad does it say the state of gaming is when a game that just come out in March and sold all the copies it sold? It was supposed to be such a great game. I own it. I don't hardly even play it now. And now they done marked it down to $30.
But let's be
bad.
honest.
That's bad.
You know what I'm saying?
They put a lot of money into that game. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, after the first couple of months, that's what happened to games anyway. They really go down real rapidly. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people wait.
It's the state of it. Like, you know, a lot of these games will stay out a long time and be $60, and we bitch about it. Like, damn, this game been out for a year and this motherfucker's still $60.
Those are the Nintendo games. The Nintendo games.
Yeah, they never got the
Pokemon.
Nintendo game.
Everybody, but my point is like, you know, that's what the whole gaming as a whole, the way these companies are doing us, you know what I'm saying, is all, and the way they're doing the developers and people that make these games is all backwards and messed up.
Yeah, but as for the Titanfall thing, they were practically giving that game away. So,
yeah, they were already.
I mean, you were able to get a $500 console with the game for $450. So I mean, they were practically giving that away anyway.
In Japan, they're giving that away in another game for free, just for buying the console in Japan.
Yeah.
So apparently, its value was never really there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying though. Like, we're talking about backwards compatibility and being able to play old libraries, and now they're putting out games, remastering games from the old library because that's what we want to play, because the stuff they're putting out now is shit. You know,
I don't know if anybody asked for that. Sony usually just does things, and then Sony fanboys get excited. But I don't know. I don't think anybody asked for a remastered game that's already remastered.
Hold on, and another reason why I wanted to bring this up, because I see everybody, and I mean everybody. Well, no, not everybody. The Xbox supporters asking for this Phoenix, the Marcus Phoenix collection. You know what I'm saying? Why don't they ask for backwards compatibility so we can play the games that's already out? You get what I'm saying?
They're asking me.
Their systems into GameStop and got ass raped, and they ain't got their console to play it on anymore.
Yeah, they were asking me to retweet that on Twitter, but I didn't even support it because.
Yeah, I don't support that, dude. Yeah. Those games just came out on the 360. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't want a rehash of that game. Let me play the games that I own the shits. You know what I'm saying? Why the hell do I got to buy a collection and replay them?
Yeah,
that's my whole problem, because I don't trade in games. So I got my whole original Xbox library, my whole 360 library, and it would be fantastic. And I will go out tomorrow and buy an Xbox One if I could play all of those games on one console.
Yeah, for real, man.
I mean, I really don't understand why they just won't do that for us. Well, I know why they won't, because people ain't asking for it. When people made that big old stink about DRM and always online, they listened to you then, but not enough people cared about their investments. I look at gaming as an investment. So for me, when I buy a game, I'm not going to spend $65 to get rid of it for $20 in a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? So my collection is still sitting right there. And like I said, I got all two up, 360 and Xbox side by side. So if I'm able to play all three generations on one console, I mean, for me, that's worth a day one purchase right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't hear nobody fussing about backwards compatibility. They fussing about rehashes. No, man. I want new games to be new games. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shoot. Let me
Not
play.
new old games.
Yeah, I don't want.
Yeah, new old games. Like they should have their own category or something.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's another thing that really bothers me. I think people got the right idea, but they asking for the wrong thing. You feel what I'm saying? Yes, you want to play the Gears on the Xbox One, but ask them to let you play the Gears that you already own on the Xbox One instead of, you know what I'm saying?
Well, bring us a new one, which they are working on. They are working on a new one, so you got to applaud them for that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we're gaming now. Most gamers are worried about the P's and how many frames per second, and they think that well, I've got this old Gears or whatever, and yeah, I could play it on my 360, but I want to play it on the one, so I want them to remake it so it can be in 1080p and 60 frames per second.
Yeah, we got to get
like
away.
They feel like that's going to be a better experience, but as The Last of Us showed us, it's not. They can't. You can't make a game look any better than it looks unless you just remake the whole game, and they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So why would you even ask for this shit?
Man,
just
let's
ask
be
for
honest,
them to make it backwards compatible.
Ain't nobody outside of this ignorant ass YouTube community really giving a damn about that stuff for these biased motherfuckers who need something to hang over somebody's head. If Sony and Microsoft would have came out with backwards compatibility, none of this shit would even matter right now.
Nope.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. None of this 60 frames per second, 1080p shit would all be irrelevant if they would have gave us backwards compatibility.
Right.
If they would have gave us backwards compatibility, we probably would have sold more consoles, both companies.
They most definitely would have, because I know a lot of people who say, well, what's the point? And I'm one of those people. What's the point of getting an Xbox One when I'm going to be on my 360 every night anyway, because I can't play none of the shit I paid for on my 360 on the one, and all my friends still get on there and play games. We still play dominoes. We still play spades. You know what I'm saying? We still play Grand Theft Auto 5 from time to time. You know what I'm saying? We still play shit that you can't get on the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4. So what's the point?
You know what's gonna suck worse?
Hell, I can't even conversate with the people when I'm on the Xbox One.
Exactly, and that's another thing too. It's like, these are your consoles. This is a Microsoft. This is a Sony console. Why did you not go over this shit when you was going through the blueprints of the console? That should have been an automatic. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy to me that you got a next generation console that can't do what your last generation console could do better. That's ridiculous. Like, I was looking it up. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say, me and John Doe had an argument with another fellow YouTuber. I'll leave nameless. About this exact topic, and he argued the point that the Xbox One isn't, the headsets aren't compatible. They're two different technologies, and all this other rigmarole that he argued about. And that's the problem with gaming. Like we talked about with 60 frames per second, we talked about the 1080p. Now we're then they bring up stuff like that, like, well, the headsets aren't the same, or it's on two totally different technologies, and it's not compatible. But like you just said, it's all Microsoft, and they can make the shit work if they want to make it work. You know what I'm saying? And that's
like them telling you. That's like you going out there spending $2,500 building a PC, and I know that's an astronomical price, but we're just gonna say you spend $2,500 building a PC, and when you go to say you want to use Windows XP, you can still use Windows XP if you want to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's no reason why the original dashboard, store, and all of that shit from the 360 and the PlayStation 3 can't be put on these next generation consoles. That's
and the thing about it, you can still play the same games. You get what I'm saying? you can still talk to the same people.
Exactly, and they could. And my thing is, the old dashboard and interface. There was nothing wrong with that. So you could have essentially put all of that shit on the one, and we'd have all been still one big ass community.
Yeah.
We'd still be able to. If I didn't want to go out and spend $500, I'd still be able to talk to my friends who went out there and did that. And while they playing 2K14 or Dead Rising on the one, and I'm still on the 360, we can still communicate. You can't even see what the people on the one playing on the 360.
You know what's gonna suck when more than that backwards compatibility is that on the cover it says able to go online, and watching a couple years they're gonna shut down those online servers and you won't be able to play those games anymore.
That was exactly my problem when they were talking about the always online and shit. That was my biggest problem. It wasn't no DRM. My whole thing was, like I said, I look at shit as an investment. I would have never thought. Could you imagine back in the day on your Super Nintendo if everything was dedicated on the server still being up? Because that's how the 360 and the PlayStation 3 is set up right now. When those servers go down, it's going to be a shitload of incomplete games. Because all of these games that come out are incomplete out the gate. You get a game that's 70%, the other 30% is through DLC. So
it just shows that you don't. It just shows you don't own your game anymore, yo.
Yep. Once these servers go down, all of those, our entire library is gonna be considered null and void because that shit gonna be incomplete.
Yeah, yo. You don't own your games.
Well, like what about I don't remember who it was. The last podcast that I was in 2 weeks ago, I think Fat Gamers might have said it. Something about like Mass Effect or one of them. There was a character that you needed that was DLC to finish the game. Like imagine that. Imagine if I that game and the servers drop. I can't even download the character to finish the damn game, and I paid money for it.
That's what I was saying about that Splinter Cell game I had, man. I went on there to download that, and that was like the first game that had downloadable content on the 6th generation of consoles. Was the Splinter Cell game.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even get to it. It don't, like, the servers are straight up down for it. So it's like, in my opinion, I don't like. That's one thing that always bothered me with last generation. I was like, man, I look at all of these games I got in my library, and like a lot of them, once them servers go down, I ain't even gonna be able to play them no more.
Yeah, one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 3 was White Knight Chronicles, and there was a mode where you go online and it turned to an MMO, and it was so cool. But they shut down the servers, and you can't get on it anymore. So basically, half of my game is gone.
Yep.
And I paid full price for it.
Yeah.
That's the same thing what happened with that game, like I was saying, Dragon Age one time, man. It's a mission on there. You walk up to a dude that's standing in front of a cave,
you
and you think you could do that mission, So that whole part of the game gonna be gone. What was that game called? Rage for the 360 and the PlayStation 3. Remember that had offline DRM where you if you bought the game used, you had to put a code in order to play. Half of the game was locked off if you didn't have that code that came with the game.
Madden was like that too, man. NCAA.
Yeah, so if you don't have those codes, even if you got those codes now, the codes are irrelevant now. If the server's gone, the game is just is incomplete.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but if we got that always online for the Xbox One, that would have been horrible, bro.
And that's what I was thinking about. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about the beginning. I'm worried about what's going to happen in the end. And you look at how they do with the 360, they ain't even putting them on the same architect so they could go over. I figured with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, at least the store is going to be the same. So anything I bought on the store on the 360 is going to automatically move over to my profile on the One. That's how it should have been.
How wrong we was. But you can watch your movies, though. You can watch your movies. Your movies carry over, but none of these games are stuff.
Like, that's one reason why I like Nintendo is because, they do make online things for their games, but a lot of their games are offline based.
Yeah, they're better offline.
If you buy the game, you can play it at any time, whether the servers ever drop or not. You know what I'm saying? Not all their games, but most of them. You know what I'm saying? If I want to play Mario, whatever generation, I can play it, you know what I'm saying? And I don't have to worry about, the servers went down, so I can't play this anymore.
Well, like with Pokemon servers are shut down, so you can't trade online, but you can still trade wirelessly, though, which is cool.
The Pokemon servers ain't shut down.
No, the Pokemon, the Pokemon to trade online, you can't do it no more for the DS.
Yeah.
I was doing it today.
On the DS?
You can trade wirelessly. You can trade wirelessly, but you can't trade with your friends.
No, you can. I was doing it today.
On the DS or the 3DS version? The
Oh, the 3DS version.
He said the
Yeah,
DS.
you can trade on 3DS, but
Oh,
not
not the DS. Oh. Yeah, because I was doing it. I traded with somebody from Japan, and then I gave it to my son on his other 3DS.
Yeah, you can do it. The X and Y you can, but the other ones you can't.
Oh, that's whack.
All right, let's move on, shall we? We're gonna talk about that the whole GameStop fingerprinting people now to, you know what I'm saying, buy stuff, to buy their games and all of this here. I'm gonna let Don Holder start this off.
All right, everybody. This was GameStop in Florida, the state of Florida, and the city of Philadelphia started this bullshit that if you want to trade the game for credit or cash, you have to give up your ID and 2 thumbprints at the beginning and the end of the pushes and everything. So I'm gonna say, Zobi, how you feel about that? Start with Zobi.
Yeah, well, I can understand.
I was actually starting with you, dog.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I'm sorry. My apology. This is how I feel about it. This is my fault. I should be paying attention more because I'm playing the game at the same time. But look, this is how I feel about it. It's a bunch of bullshit. I don't like it. And the lady and the girl who was working at GameStop also said starting next month they're gonna be doing it for cash. And Best Buy supposed to be starting it. All the pawn shops already started and everything. Target and Walmart. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna be going to GameStop.
You say Walmart?
Oh. Yeah, Walmart. That's what she said.
Walmart takes used games now.
Yeah, they take used games. So she said Best Buy, Walmart, and Target will be starting next month, and they will be starting with the cash next month. If you want to buy a game, they're gonna be doing the same thing. She said, they doing it all because people be bringing stolen games, this and that. But how can you tell it's stolen? Like, at the end of the day, when y'all get new games, y'all open it and send it to us. So how do we know it ain't stolen?
Exactly.
Yeah, they do that. Go ahead, Screwface. You can speak on it.
Well, I think it's I kind of get why they're trying to do it, but at the same time, it's completely pointless. There's no way. I mean, a game has the same UPC code. Every game has the same UPC code. You know what I'm saying? For that particular title, on every game it's stamped same one. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter if I trade in one, if I stole it. There's no way for them to know. I mean, so basically you're telling me that I can walk in off the street, go into GameStop, threaten them and tell them that somebody stole my games, and I want you to check your backlog and see if anybody's traded in my Madden 25. You know, like how the hell fuck are you gonna prove that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes, there might have been 15 dudes that come in there and traded in a Madden 25. We're gonna have our police instead of riding around, stopping real criminals or whatever, they're going to be running around in here having detectives go investigate a stolen Madden 25 copy. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's just stupid. I think it's a complete waste of time, and it ain't games. I don't want games. I don't want anybody, even, you know what I'm saying? I don't want the police, let alone a gaming store having my information, my ID, my fingerprint, etc. We live in a day where people's identity is stolen like every second or every minute or some shit, whatever the number is. You know what I'm saying? So now you're just giving us more places to allow people to steal our identity. So I just think it's fucked up, and I wish they were not doing it.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I don't shop at GameStop anymore, so I won't have that problem at that store anyway.
Also,
hello?
You cut out.
Screw, you cut out. No, Screw, I'm sorry, Dark Holy.
Yeah, Holy, you're cut out, bro.
Well, go here, Zobi 70.
Oh yeah, no, I can understand for the cash part because I think GameStop is under the code of a pawn shop. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I can understand if you're trading in and you want cash for it, because that's usually what a thief wants is that money, not store credit.
Yeah.
So I can understand that part, but if I got to trade in for store credit, then that's some bull ass. But
well, you might as well sell for store credit anyway. You get more for store credit. You get more store credit than you do cash.
Yeah, a gamer's like us is going to be like, let me get that store credit. But I think a thief is going to come in for that cash, so I can understand him getting that thumbprint so that, you know, my fingerprints can be on the game, so you know that that's my game or if he stole that game. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think they're trying to do.
Man, GameStop can kiss my ass.
I like GameStop. I don't give GameStop a hard time because if they go, then I won't get that feeling of getting up and going to the store to get that every Sunday morning and going looking through the used games and having a good time. That's my. I've been doing this ever since I was a kid in Funko Land. So I don't want.
Trust me. If GameStop go, it'll be other companies to replace them. You know what I'm saying? We might get more companies.
I mean, we got like what Walmart.
Shoot, I always been hold on. Mom and pop shops anyway.
I live in Jersey. Well, where I'm from, you guys have it, but we don't have that where I'm at. So GameStop that's it.
They've got this store called Vintage Stock. I don't know if any of y'all got that where y'all are.
Hold on. Before we go on, let me get C4, and then we can go in and start elaborating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Speaking about personal stuff, let me go in and get C4 thoughts on it.
Well, my opinion on it is, I mean, I get why they doing it, man. As a kid, when I used to go to GameStop, I used to see crackheads come in there all the time with duffel bags full of shit. You know what I'm saying?
For real,
and I'm like, I know you went
Word up.
and stuck somebody up for this shit. You know, they had like 4 or 5 PlayStation 2s and like games and shit. So, you know, so I get why they doing it. So I really don't have no problem with it personally.
Oh, not to cut you off, but I think it's because of the iPods too.
Yeah, they do
because of iPods and shit.
Yeah, but go ahead.
That's what I was gonna say. I was just gonna say that too. I was gonna say, and you know, these consoles right now, you're talking about 500, 400 and up. So I mean, these are items that if they were stolen, your gaming consoles, you would want, you know, to be able to. You could trace those. If somebody stole a $60, $70 game, you really don't give a shit about that. But if somebody stole your Xbox One, you just pay $500 for, or your PlayStation 4, you spend $400 plus on accessories and all of that shit. Or like you said, they do take iPods and tablets and all of that shit now. So you know, if somebody stole that, if a thumbprint is needed in order to, you know, you can see who if they took that. You know, you got your UPC number. I mean your serial number and all of that shit. You good? Yeah. So I mean, I personally don't see a problem with it. Not to mention, I don't trade shit in, so they'll never have my fingerprints. I really don't care.
Okay. Let me speak on it now.
Yeah.
When it come down to a whole trading it in type thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, if you trade it in, I feel it's necessary whether they can track it or not because it's a deterrent. You know what I'm saying? A criminal ain't gonna want to get their damn, you know what I'm saying, fingerprints and IDs and all of this stuff. So you know what I'm saying? I feel it's a good deterrent whether they using it or not. But if I go in there to buy a game or something, you know what I'm saying, brand new, you know what I'm saying, and I ain't trying to trade nothing in, ain't no way in the world I should have to show my ID or give a fingerprint.
Are they doing that? Is that a...
Yeah, that's what Holly was saying.
For new games.
So, if you buying a new game, you got to do the same thing?
They didn't. This is what the lady said. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
The lady said they starting next month when you come in to buy a brand new game. They starting that next month. They wasn't doing it right now, but that's what she said and that's what the manager said. I don't know if it's 100% true, but with the thumbprint thing, they got a little machine right there. You put your thumbprint on for trading in any games for credit or cash.
Damn.
Trading in, I don't mind that, but if they start doing it for like new stuff, that's where I draw the line. I'm like, I'm here to purchase. This is my money. You know what I'm saying?
If they doing it for new purchases, then I got a problem with it. Yeah. But if they doing it for trade-ins, I don't care about that.
They say they're doing it for the new games. That's to keep track. That's the case what you said. The game gets stolen, and somebody try to trade in any GameStop in Philadelphia. At the end of the day, I ain't supporting none of that bullshit. It's bad enough I don't buy games now. I only buy accessories. So GameStop can kiss my ass.
Well, technically, you gotta give them ID anytime you purchasing something anyway. So
yeah, they do that. You give them your ID, they type down all your height, your address, all that shit, and then do the thumbprint. And then before you leave, after you get your money, they do the thumbprint again.
And you gotta sign the pad, right? You gotta put your signature on that pad.
Yeah, you gotta do that too. Yup.
Well, I don't know about when you buying stuff. Though. I don't remember.
I mean, well, if you buying the game that's meant for adults, you gotta show them an ID all the time. Yeah. It's just like buying liquor or cigarettes. Yeah. Most of them they supposed to do that. Not all of them necessarily do it, but they supposed to card you if you buying a mature game. But I mean, I don't. Yeah, if they starting to do that for new games, then I mean, like I said, I don't shop at GameStop anyways.
I don't fuck with GameStop. I refuse to
I
support
love GameStop.
Fuck
I mean,
GameStop.
hey, Zobi, man, I feel you, brother. I used to go to GameStop as a kid and window shop too, man. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I went in there, I was broke as shit. I ain't gonna lie. I used to just window shop, but
Shots fired.
But C4, you can't. Zobi don't count because all Sony fanboys love GameStop.
That's my spot.
Like that, so.
That's my spot. I love GameStop.
They love buying used shit. They don't want to pay for nothing for it.
Yeah, I'll buy. I mean, I'll go used if it's hard to find. I usually get the new version if it's new. You know what I mean? But if it's a hard to find role playing game, I'm like, oh snap! They got this up in here. Let me get this. You know what
Hey
I'm
man,
saying?
you know I ain't even going diss Zobi, man. I'm an Xbox dude, and I buy something used before I buy a new anyway. So fuck all y'all.
Everything that come out of GameStop is used because they don't sell new shit. You know.
Yeah, that's the thing that killed me too, man. I remember my cousin bought a brand new game. And the shit was in like plastic wrap, but it was like the kind that fold over at the top. I said, bro, go get your money back. That ain't a new game. And they like, well, the dude said it was new. I was like, that shit is open, bro. It's not new.
I hate when
They
do that.
They talk about if the game is new. How they say it? They say, no, this is a new game. We just open them up. Well, it ain't new no more. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. And they be charging new price. I break it to you like this. If I break the sale on the motherfucker, you won't take it back, and you want to give me $25 for it, and I just pay $65. So I'd be damned if you gonna open it. But what they do, because I had a friend that worked at GameStop, he said what they do is they allow the people who work there privileges to play the game, so they get to take them home and like rent them for a couple of days. So those copies that they mark as new, they be copies that the employees actually got to take home and play.
Wow.
So they actually use, but they consider them new because the public hasn't, the quote unquote public hasn't played them, so they consider them new. But they actually been played.
I just got a new game the other day, but they put a sticker over the damn thing.
Yeah, they do that shit. They either be in the systems, you know, the systems that be in the store, or they let the people take them home. They let the employees take them home, and that's why they be open.
Yeah, they pull out that like they grab your box or whatever, and they pull out that little yellow you know what I'm saying, envelope thing. I'm like, what the hell is that? They're like, oh, this is a new game. I'm like, no, that's not. Yeah. I'm like, that's used.
Yeah. I mean, like, you better sell that shit to me for used prices if that's what you're doing.
So basically, you know what they can do if they doing that? They can basically take some of them used games that people done traded in and say they new and give them to people. You get what I'm saying?
That's what they do. They got the machines where they resurface the back of them discs and it look brand new.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they doing anyway. And they got machines where they can print labels and shit. So I mean, not labels but cover art. So that's what they doing. Believe that. I tell them, man, when they do that shit to me, I be like, y'all ain't got nothing that's in the wrapper. They be like, nah. I be like, oh, that's all right. Give my money back. I don't want that shit. You're not gonna give me no used game for no new price, no, because you wouldn't let me give you a used game and you said so you could give me a new trade-in price for it. So no, you're not gonna do that to me.
Well, that's what GameStop is raping all around the board. You hear me?
Oh, they are. That's why I don't fuck with them. But like I said though, I agree with Zobi, man. I ain't gonna lie. I went in there like I want to say a month ago because my homies kept on telling me I need to get that payday too. Yeah. And nobody had it but GameStop. And when I went in there, I got caught up in the bargain bins, man. They got bargain bins of 360 PlayStation 3 games. I was like, oh my god. So I was
go get that Naruto. You know what I'm saying? That Naruto. What you call it from there? Yeah. I'm like, man, I don't fuck with GameStop. GameStop.
Sometimes they're the only place they got it, man. So you ain't got no choice. But
I order.
Got Amazon, got eBay.
Yeah,
I mean, when you trying to get it in a hurry, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right then and there.
That's when you got Craigslist.
I don't fuck with no Craigslist. I be damn a nigga smack me upside back.
Dude, these people doing it out in public now. They don't even care about catching you in the dark alley no more.
I know. They do that shit in the park, boy.
Yeah, I'd rather buy a new used game than the Craigslist. That's terrifying.
Hell yeah. I fuck with. Well, we already know you live on the wild side. So.
Yeah, I mean, 25 and what other game did I buy? Maybe it was Ghosts for the one on Craigslist for $40. You know what I'm saying? They was used because they didn't want GameStop because they ain't gonna give them nothing for it.
You risked your life for Call of Duty?
No, he had like 3 or 4 games. I bought Call of Duty for my son. I don't play that shit, but
Okay, no doubt, no doubt.
I bought Madden for me. But I mean, we was meeting in a Walmart parking lot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, shoot, that's just as bad. Y'all
Hell
should
yeah.
meet inside Walmart. You know what I'm
That shit, that's worse than a parking lot. Shit.
I mean, hey man, you could get beat up walking down the street, man.
Yeah.
You could get jumped going to check your mail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's the time we live in. I ain't gonna live in fear and worry about somebody jumping me on Craigslist.
Oh man, fellas is not bad, y'all.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying, like, I think there is a lot of ways to get games besides GameStop. There's a store here in Oklahoma, and I think it's in Missouri too. I'm not sure how many states they're in, but it's called Vintage Stock.
Yeah.
And they sell, like, you know what I'm saying, a lot. They started with like gaming and like toys, action figures and comic books. It branched into movies and CDs and shit, but that's where I've always. Growing up here, we didn't even start getting GameStops till like maybe 8-9 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like there wasn't a lot of GameStops in Oklahoma, so we always went to Vintage Stock. So that was like our GameStop to us. But they've always had pretty good trading prices like that. That's what
Cool.
I got one in the state. You know what I'm saying? Anybody listening, if you got one of those stores, you know what I'm saying? That's an alternative.
All right, so y'all ready to go into the next topic?
Yeah.
What the hell is John Doe at?
Over there.
He don't went on about his business. Well, I'll go ahead on and take over. You know what I'm saying? We was gonna talk about Draft Club for those of y'all who care. Zoe know a little bit more about this than I do because I don't really follow sim races. So what was going on with it, Zoe?
I don't really know, but from what I'm hearing, I was watching the YouTubers Next Gen. He was saying that this game doesn't have a virtual horn and a stick shift or something like that. You're not able to use the stick shift on your racing car game.
Yeah, that's terrible. I mean, I don't personally play those type of games. You know what I'm saying? But like, I could see where a clutch would matter. I mean, I don't know about a horn necessarily, but I can see where the clutch, as far as being able to drive manually.
Yeah.
If you bought one of them steering wheel pedal setups, you know what I'm saying? If you like really into racing games, I could see where that would piss you off. But if I'm playing with a controller, I'm gonna pick automatic. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time anyway. So me personally, it doesn't really affect me. But I think they should. They're gonna make these games. They need to put them out complete. You know what I'm saying? And add everything that should be in it. If that's what a driving game should have.
Yeah.
The ability to have those type of features.
Well, I agree with you saying. They might not affect you, but did you see the E3 where they were promoting Drive Club?
Yeah.
Nope, they ain't showing on the main stage.
Their main thing was trying to create this most realistic racing game.
Open world racing game.
Look at the leather. Look at the acrylic paint. Look at this. Look at that. And it's like now every day it just seems like there's bad news, more bad news, and they can't even put a virtual fictitious horn in a modern day game. I mean, like, it's a virtual horn. Just put it in there.
Well, not only that,
and this game was supposed to come out at launch for free.
The clutch is huge, though, because most people, I mean, anyone that races a car in real life, you know what I'm saying, or whether it be legit or illegally, most people don't race automatic cars. And if I'm into racing and I want to play a racing game on TV or whatever, with whatever brand, company of, that I choose. But if I play that, I want it to be as realistic as possible, especially if I got a wheel set up and pedals and all that shit. So, I mean, I think it's stupid that they didn't put it in there. I mean, like I said, me personally, I don't.
It just show you more shortcomings
of
Sony. If we gonna see all these sheeples who flock out to buy that piece of shit, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just curious how they can spin it. How you gonna damage control this? How they gonna?
Imagine you like Mario Kart, right, Screwface?
Yeah.
Imagine if they didn't add the drift in there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, I'm not saying that it's not important. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying
I'm
me.
just, I'm trying to let you understand. You know what
I mean, I'm not saying it should be in there. I think it should be in there.
F that. That's like Mario Kart without the power-ups. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
just drive around the course four times. You don't get no power-ups, no speed bursts, no turtle shells. You know what I'm saying? You just get to drive the
I would
car.
make Mario Kart no longer Mario Kart.
But imagine if it didn't have that, you guys would complain, correct?
Oh yeah, I mean anybody that's a fan of Mario
Said it didn't matter.
Yeah, that's the bad part. Of course they're gonna say that.
Who's gonna use the horn in a game? I mean, come on, it's just a horn.
Yeah, it's a horn. I don't need to. I don't
need the clutch. I'm fine with.
I mean, when was the last time you used the horn in a fictitious game? It's like I use it all the time to troll people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know,
they gotta spend it because they don't have anything. They don't have anything to look forward to.
Not to go on the Sony defense force, you know.
Sorry.
But I mean, let's be honest, man. You don't need no goddamn horn in no simulation race.
No, but
I need one.
Though.
Now, I ain't defending the clutch thing because I believe that people who are into those games like that, you know, the Gran Turismos, the Forza and shit like that, they are a special breed of people, and I know because I got some friends who are, and they got the whole setup. They got the wheels, they got the pedals, they got all of that. So, you know what I'm saying? For people who are into it like that and they spend their money on shit like that, I do believe you should give them the full experience and the option to have that, you know. So,
you also don't need the rain, but Drive Club is promoting it like it's the next big thing.
Well, that was because at one point everybody was making fun of them because they said they wasn't gonna have no weather cycles in it.
Yeah, you know.
So they don't worry about. So they worry about weather cycles, but they don't worry about the thing that makes a simulation racer a simulation racer, and that's the clutch.
You ain't got to worry, man. It's gonna get delayed again until fall of 2015.
Oh man,
why does Sony have such a hard time putting racing games, yo?
Well, the thing about it is, you know,
a hard time doing anything lately, man.
Yeah. I mean, everything they've been trying to do getting delayed, man. Let's be honest. But the funny thing about it is instead of the fanboys giving Sony their shit that they deserve, they continuously tell us, well, you know, it don't matter, man, because we got the crew coming. You know, I'm more interested in the crew anyway. You know, that's what I've been hearing a lot. I ain't really been hearing too much damage control for it. We got
the same game you got.
Huh?
We got the same game you got, right? That's what they say.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, what do you expect from the people who defending this? What's the name of that indie game we was talking about earlier? The black and white shit with like big ass red bursts.
Vision Crew or something. It's just weird.
I don't know what it's called, man. But that they could have kept that shit to themselves, man.
No, but the sheep will support everything. You know what I'm saying? They say we ain't gonna have no AAAs no more. All we gonna have is indies on our console. Oh man, we don't need no AAAs, man. They said indies are the new thing. We going with indies. You know what I'm saying?
We got them AAA indies.
That's what I was gonna say.
Sony's trying to be PC, but Sony would never be PC.
Yeah, indies are the new AAA. You know what I'm saying?
Sony's trying to be everybody, yo. That's the problem.
But Sony, go ahead, preach that gospel, Zoe.
It's just I wish Sony would go back to just being Sony, and I would love them like a fat kid loves cake, man.
Yeah.
Fat kids don't love cake no more.
Whatever they eat.
Diabetes.
What we still got on the docket? What we still got on the docket?
We got the petition by the Xbox One gamers.
Oh yeah.
I want to get on the Xbox gamers, but I'll go up. Go ahead, go talk about Jody.
Let me get on my peoples, man. Xbox fans, I understand you got extremists on our side now who we didn't have there before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say any names. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Everybody know who this. You know what I'm saying? Do not follow these leads of these people who acting like ponies. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
These are Xbox ponies right here. You get what I'm saying? You got Xbox ponies out there. We did not do this last generation. We kept our cool. We accept what we had. You know what I'm saying? We knew quality when we received it. You know what I'm saying? If we wanted quality, we were fucking with it. You know, but you got people out here who wants to nitpick and accept everything that Microsoft does, which is blasphemous and some bullshit.
Amen.
You better preach that Xbox
You know what I'm
gospel.
saying? So we're not doing these petitions. We're not signing these petitions to try to get something that they didn't want to give us. If they don't give it to us, what we do, we don't purchase that shit.
Hallelujah.
Take your time, though. Take your time.
Bungie want to go over there and be bitches, and they want to give another console all these exclusives for years. Then guess what? We won't go out and buy that game until we get them DLCs. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. You do not purchase. I repeat, do not purchase. Do not support the bullshit, and do not outcharge us and go out there and ask for something they didn't want to give us. Fuck that. Next thing you know, first you petitioning for DLC. Next thing you know, you petitioning for garbage that's on Sony.
Oh, preach, brother, preach.
Can I get a hallelujah in this holy house of tabernacle?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't doing that. So I just want to let my people know we ain't doing that. And do not sign these petitions. Just don't support the game. That's how we do it over here on the Microsoft side. We don't support bullshit, and we ain't gonna support that Destiny bullshit that they putting out there. But I'm done with it.
John, let Deacon Brother C4 speak right quick.
Go ahead, sir. Come on in here, sir.
You know, I want to talk to my people because you know I'm an Xbox person myself. You know what I'm saying?
Hallelujah.
Y'all are bringing shame to C4's name.
Shame to the.
You know, I always looked at us as a people who spent more time playing games than bitching on the internet. That was never our style. You know, we left that up to the PC elitists. We left that up to the play slaves. That was never the Xbox form of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we did.
We did not do that. We did not. We will not.
Xbox gamers were always known to never be there when it came to bickering and bitching on the internet. You know why? Because we were playing our game. You know, we were playing our games. We was with our friends. We was with our homies. We was with our amigos. You know? But now y'all motherfuckers is turning into Xbox ponies, man. What's going on over here? What's going on? You know, it hurts my heart.
Xbox hoof clicking.
You know, though you can. No, I got to say this. Though you could agree with me because we are both from the same father. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
And it hurts my heart to see my people. You know, my people
go.
Let my people go. You know. You play slaves have grabbed my people and I'm mad. I'm mad. You got my people out here walking around like
we would not deal with this immaturity. It is not right.
No, it's not. We will not be bound by badassery, my brother. We will not.
We will not. I repeat, we will not. Please.
But you know what? Brother Deacon C4 is done. I'm going to go ahead on and pass the mic over to Screwface. You know, what do you think about this petition, this bullshit that the Xbox fan base is doing right now?
I think it's terrible.
Praise Jesus.
Come on, Brother C4. Come on, brother.
A travesty.
Hold on, Screwface. You're breaking up, brother. I don't hear you.
Get it together, brother.
They be doing, man. I'm just saying they need to get this shit together, man. If we're worrying about this stuff, we don't have to.
Yes, I hear you, brother.
They don't have to stoop to that level. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep playing our game.
We do not have to stoop to that level.
Play what we play and do what we do, man. And let's stay.
Oh, Satan, loose here, Satan. You're getting my brother.
Yeah. Let's just stay in our lane.
Let my brother speak. God damn it.
Goddamn devil.
In our lane.
Look, listen to the play slaves. Okay. They got our brother over here distorted right now. I don't appreciate
brothers
that.
Brothers over. Go ahead and let them know. Go ahead and testify for these people who listening.
What?
Let me hear your testimonial, sir.
You saw the big. Well,
Yes, sir. So respect.
I'm a Sony guy, so I thought it was pretty pathetic when I heard about this. I really thought you guys were a bunch of losers.
Oh, man.
No disrespect.
I felt bad for us too when I heard it. Oh,
No
man.
disrespect. I really was like, oh my god. I was like, the Xbox fanboys that fell off because I couldn't believe it. And like, you know, I don't know if it's really Xbox fanboys or what, but I thought it was weird. But a petition to me is just so weird. It's something that I can see. I can see a soccer mom doing some shit like that. Yeah, soccer moms, mothers, men should not be doing petitions ever. If you,
Not
men,
for
if you
no
win
video
something,
games.
We don't do petitions. We
watch. That's what I'm saying. I don't think marching is the
we
answer.
petitioning for DLC. We ain't even petitioning for a damn game.
You're basically petitioning to get your ass raped. Does that make sense?
No.
You're petitioning for DLC. You're paying for the remainder of the game. It's like I don't understand. Please,
Absolutely horrible.
fellas, we got it. Men, can we please stop with the petitions? This is real homo. No disrespect to the homos, but we look even worse than the homos, begging and pleading when we're men and we're supposed to be doing it ourselves.
You talk better with your dollars. Your dollars. Let your dollars.
You know what?
For you.
Let me
Sexual chocolate.
let me say something right quick. Hold up. And
Preach, brother.
it's on some real shit, to be honest with you.
I did it like
I think that petition. I think that petition was some bullshit, though. Honestly, I think it's Sony fans, man. To be honest with you, because you look at all them petitions. You look at all them petitions of Sony fanboys wanting Xbox One games, and I think they was getting salty when they was getting made fun of for that shit. So they made some bullshit up about that. Now don't get me wrong, because I know it's some Xbox fans that's salty about Bungie making a game for the PlayStation. I know that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they that salty though.
All right,
But
well,
that's just my 2 cents.
You don't think the Xbox fans are salty enough to go out here and do these petitions? Because I personally know an Xbox fan who acts like a opponent. I personally know one. I personally do.
Well, see, that's what
I'm not
gonna
say
though.
no names, but he is an Xbox extremist, and I do not support that. Because we don't act like it.
well,
Go ahead, Doc Holder.
well, my brothers, I'm on top of my house, as y'all see.
Preach.
Come to preach to y'all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what I have to say, before I came to PC, yes, I was an Xbox. And this is the forbidden sin of Xbox people doing this for gayish bullshit.
Gayest bullshit I ever seen in my life.
And as for the people who watching the live stream, who came from Xbox with the big ass joystick, to transfer it to 360 with the downloads, you can play your demos and everything else. Now you can't do it no more. To the Xbox One, we don't need no handhelds. We let Sony and Nintendo handle that situation. Now that the petition, whoever started it, if you're a dude, I guess what I say, you're going to Xbox hell. Everything down there over Nintendo, Wii, and Atari. And you ain't have no. Only game, if you go to Xbox hell, only game you're going to be able to play is Sega Saturn. That's all I want to say about that.
Forever, shit.
Xbox will not be ponies. We will not be ponies.
No.
We will not have Sony kids.
Please do not do that. That is the gayest thing I've ever seen in my life, yo.
Xbox will not be ponies.
Please.
I think it's time. I think it's time all us real Xbox supporters stand up against these Xbox ponies, man. I think it's time we start saying some names in this motherfucker. You know?
No.
No, I would not call out names. I would not do that.
I'm just fucking around, man.
They know who they are.
I would not.
But I would say the names of my channel. We would not say names because all they're going to do is make a petition to ban our channels. Then put the torch high in the air and say it with me. Xbox.
And I'm gonna do a hashtag. I want y'all to retweet that on Twitter. Xbox will not be ponies. Okay?
Yo, you guys done
Xbox
broke it
will
down, man.
not be ponies.
You guys done broke it down. Now send the collection plate around, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
got
Yes,
200
sir.
right here.
Send the collection plate around.
I got 50 cents. Yeah, all right. No, we done got that out the way. Now let's move on to something that's going to probably take about 20 minutes to half an hour to get over with. Because we already know this is a big topic because y'all about to fuck with me and John Doe real heavy. So let's get this over with.
Let's go.
Let's start off. Hold up. Let's start off with two of the lighter ones. We're gonna talk about Luau Deng, and we're gonna talk about Paul Pierce first.
No, we don't need to talk about that. Let's get straight to the point. But
No, what happened with Luau and Paul Pierce?
Faggot James going back home. Get to the point.
Luau Deng is going to Miami, and
What?
Paul Pierce is
Hold on. When did this transpire?
This transpired earlier today. 2 years for $2 million.
They ain't paying
And
him
we
shit.
got we got Paul Pierce going to the Washington Wizards for 2 years as well.
Oh, for real? Wow.
Yeah.
I
So
I think that's big though.
So you a Wizards fan again?
I mean, I've been a Wizards fan. What are you talking about?
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
I mean, you know, that's my home team. I always rip them. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as me being a Miami Heat fan,
Yeah, it's over.
I'm just bullshitting. I still like the Heat. I like the Heat before LeBron, and I'm gonna like the Heat while he gone. I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Now, no bullshit.
Paul Pierce is finished, and I thought he was gonna go back to Boston to retire, but I'm surprised he went to the Wizards.
Yeah, I was surprised as well.
The Wizards was pretty good last year. Now, come on,
Oh,
now.
that was
No,
good,
no.
but I mean,
The Wizards are good, but I don't know about Paul Pierce. You really think he's
Paul
gonna come?
Pierce was nice last year too. You know.
He was good at the end of the season, but he fell off in the playoffs. He disappeared.
Hey, they played the Heat good now. Come on now. They did play well.
Well, yeah, during the season it was great, but when the playoffs came, the Heat ran over him, yo.
Yeah, he's most definitely not in his prime anymore. But I think we can get a couple of good years. They got him only for 2 years. I think he got at least 1.5 more years up in him.
I'm gonna put it like this here. You ain't having him guarding LeBron 1-on-1 no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That game, right? LeBron destroyed him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Luau Deng, I don't know if he has it anymore either, man.
Haven't he been injured like damn near the last 2 years?
Yeah, I don't think his prime was back a couple years ago with the Bulls, but I don't think he got it either, man.
He's been
well,
hurt a
Dang
lot.
still got some time. Luau only 29. He got a good amount of time left.
Yeah,
To build up still, I guess
I
you
don't
would
know.
say.
We'll see what happens. So I didn't know that happened. I know Paul Gasol went to the Bulls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Lakers got Jeremy Lin.
Lin Saturday.
I don't see that as a bad thing because I like Jeremy Lin. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Jeremy Lin catches a lot of flack, man.
You think he's good?
I'm not saying. Yeah, I think he's good.
I think
Man, he
good.
catch a lot of flack.
He
He catch a lot of flack because of all of the hype that was behind him, and he ain't really delivered.
He got too much. If he got shut down by Chalmers, 1-on-1.
Pedestal, man, and it wasn't due. You know.
Yeah.
Man, he got shut down by Mario Chalmers, 1-by-1, 1-on-1.
But he didn't create that. The media did.
No, but
Like
this is
Yao
where
Ming.
Jeremy Lin went wrong.
Yao Ming was good too, man.
Black people always been doubting him.
Apparently.
No, but Jeremy Lin.
I'm just saying, like Yao Ming, they did it with him too.
You just don't like Chinese people, King.
No.
That's a lie, man. That's
Yeah.
a lie, man. I got Chinese in my family, man.
Yeah.
I'm offended you to say that.
But no, Jeremy Lin was riding on that hype by coming out with his plead story. Every time somebody says something bad about him, he's always crying like, black people have been doubting me for years, and even with the Carmelo thing, he was crying about that. And it's like, Jeremy Lin, please, you're not even that good.
Well, speaking of Carmelo,
go ahead. Oh,
go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
All I was saying is black people don't even hate on other races of people who can play basketball. I don't know what Jeremy Lin's talking about.
Dude, hey. One of my favorite points is your boy, what's his name? White Chocolate.
Love.
Jason Williams.
Yeah, Jason Williams. Yeah, man.
Black people love Jason Williams.
I like Jason Williams, man. That boy.
We love all white, Steve Nash, all racial people in the.
Yeah.
So I don't know why Jerry Lin went off and said that for. That was.
Even though I feel Steve Nash is a boring ass point guard, but you know, I like him.
Yeah, I like Jason
Jeremy
Kidd better.
Lin, his feelings was hurt, man. That's all that was.
Yeah,
Tony Parker's another one of them boring ass point guards, but I still feel he damn good, you know.
Yeah, black people love other races of people when they come and play their sports or rap their music and stuff. Look at Justin Bieber.
All right.
We're gonna move on from that shit.
Sorry, my bad. I was getting racial. Sorry.
Oh,
Carmelo Anthony remaining on the Knicks. How y'all feel about that?
Ladies and gentlemen, I thought he was gonna go with
Chicago.
LeBron James, yo. That's what I thought. But he went for the money, guys. So y'all can talk about it. I'm sorry.
Oh man. Let me get on this here now.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Because now I feel he gonna be like the mailman. You know what I'm saying? Charles Barkley.
JD, you got to look at it in your perspective. You can't compare him to Jordan or anybody or LeBron. Well, excuse me, you can't compare him to LeBron. You have to look at it if it was you. What would you do? Would you link up?
I would shave off a couple millions because
what?
I would shave. Dude, come on now. He giving those millions back just in property, you know what I'm saying, in luxury tax. You get what I'm saying?
Not New York. Not New York.
Shave, what?
New York, he's going to make 10 times more than any other place he
He
goes.
ain't making 10 times more in New York. He paying that back in luxury tax. A lot of, you know what I'm saying? Sure, if LeBron could go down south and give up a couple of million.
But that's LeBron's the only person in history that who in his prime went to go run with a bunch of other superstars. Nobody else has done that.
Hold on, what you call it did it?
Who?
Dennis Rodman did it.
Dennis Rodman wasn't in his prime, and he's not even a superstar.
Hey, Dennis Rodman wasn't a superstar. Are you serious?
He wasn't the best player on the Pistons.
Oh man, come on, man. He went to Houston. He went to Houston and got championships.
He was a defensive rebounder. He wasn't going to come and just.
Man, then he went to Chicago.
You can't say I'm gonna build a team around Dennis Rodman.
Well, first of all, let's hold on real quick. Let me just spit this out here. First of all, Dennis Rodman is an NBA superstar, and he's in the Hall of Fame. He's the best rebounder.
I'm not saying.
Hold on. He's the best rebounder to ever play the game, period, point blank. I don't care who you are. You're wrong if you say it. to go to what John Doe said, Dennis Rodman did not do what LeBron James did because Dennis Rodman was traded to all those places. Continue.
Hold on, let me say this right quick.
I'm not saying Dennis Rodman is a superstar. I know.
What we were saying. He was just saying.
Hey, Carmelo could have did that. Hey, I feel Carmelo could have took less, probably went to Houston, you know what I'm saying? They would have created enough space to give him something, you know what I'm saying? As close as possible, you know what I'm saying? I felt that was a better fit, either Houston. I just didn't see him going to Chicago because Chicago was going to take too much money from him, you know what I'm saying? Like, they couldn't give him anything close to what he wanted. But there was teams out there that was for hell, he can still go to Miami right now and make more money than make something close to what he's gonna make with New York. You know what I'm saying? It's still good teams he can go to. It just seems like he's not trying to get a championship. It's like he all about the money. You know what I'm saying? Losing 10, 15 million ain't that bad, but when it come down to like 25 to 30, completely different. You get what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. I don't think there's any.
I just don't think it's a good look, man.
I wouldn't join Houston because they're scrubs. The Bulls, okay, yeah, I can understand that.
You don't feel Houston a good team?
Well, so no, but Dwight Howard is a.
Yeah, everybody hate Dwight. I forgot Dwight Howard
in my life, and the kid with the mohawk and the beard, he's a flipping jock. How do you gonna put two jocks on the team? It's gonna be terrible. What's that kid with the mohawk?
James Harden.
Yeah, you feel he a jock? What you mean a jock? Explain this.
he's no good unless he has the ball in his hand. And if Carmelo's shooting all the points, then what is he gonna do?
Man, oh man, I know you don't know James Harden, man. James Harden is good, man. James Harden,
the James Harden I know never shows up in the playoffs. Is that the same one you're talking about? He puts up great season stats. He's a great season player, but where is he at in the playoffs?
And he played good until he actually go against a real good team. You know what I'm saying? Like when they went up against Miami last year. When they went, who did they play last year? Was it the Spurs? Did they play the Spurs? Yeah.
Memphis did. They lost to Memphis last year.
They lost to Memphis? The Grizzlies? Oh man. No, they didn't lose to Memphis. They lost to Portland.
I'm talking about the year before when Westbrook.
They lost to Portland last year, didn't they? Was it the Portland they lost to? Who did they lose to last year?
Man, just give it up, though.
Give what up? What the hell you talking about?
Give the whole thing up, man.
Here, hey, let me
point blank. Hold on, point blank. Period. I feel that Melo should have went somewhere where he could have actually got a championship.
Well, what team would he go? What team would he go to?
Okay,
I told you he could have went to Miami.
Fuck Miami.
To play with Bosh?
Yeah, to play at Bosh and Wade.
LeBron James, the greatest basketball player in the league, cannot even win with those clowns.
Hold on. Dwayne Wade is a clown now, for real?
No.
That's what you just said.
Have no knees.
That's what you just said.
JD, I'm telling you, LeBron James, the greatest basketball player of our time, couldn't even win with them. So how is Carmelo, who's...
That's not true. He won 2 championships with them.
No, I'm talking about...
And went to 4 finals.
If LeBron was to stay there, they would not have made it to the championships no more.
How you figure?
Wade don't got no knees.
Did you not see the playoffs? The Eastern Conference was so bad that they basically just walked through. If they were to fight anybody in the West, they would have got their asses swept just like the Spurs did, yo.
I don't feel like that. I don't agree with that. I do not.
I'm telling you, Carmelo, if LeBron James couldn't do it this year, then I guess
those same teams couldn't beat the Heat during the regular season, but yet you said they would sweep them during the playoffs. I don't see it. I'm sorry.
LeBron, they didn't have a good season this year. I mean, they had a good season for the East Coast, but they can't compete with the West. The West would have destroyed anybody in the West. Would have destroyed them. Yo.
Now you're gonna make me go and look up something and have to prove you wrong now.
No, it's not about proving wrong. We're just using common sense. I'm also trying to use.
Man, me and Screwface was talking about that earlier, man. Zobe right as shit, man.
I'm not trying to use stats. I'm just saying
about the East being a pushover.
Yeah, they were a push. The whole East was terrible.
Terrible. Man. Hey, but I'm not arguing about the East.
Look at Indiana.
No. See, the thing is, y'all saying I'm arguing about the East not being as good as the West. I'm not arguing about that.
You're arguing about Carmelo going to a good team.
Yeah, that's what I'm arguing about. It got nothing to do with
I'm saying, where was he going to go, though?
I told you he could have went to
LeBron went to Cleveland, so his options were done.
Hey, he could have. He could have took the lesson and went to Cleveland with LeBron. He could have took a 1-year contract for damn near nothing. You know what I'm saying? Got him a championship.
That's a risk, man. Something can happen in that year. Just take the money and trust in Phil Jackson, yo.
Shit, because something could happen when he go back there and still don't get the money. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he got his money, though. If anything happened, he got his money no matter what.
Hey, and they always going to look at him ringless, too. You know what I'm saying? No rings.
But here's the thing. Man,
at the end of the day, Carmelo, when you're $100 millionaire, do you really even care what motherfuckers think about you?
They're right, because the rings gonna say you was the best of the best. You ain't got now.
This dude hundreds of millions of dollars. Who cares what people think?
But the thing is, a lot of people. Only reason we're thinking like that is because of LeBron. LeBron was the one that put King on his back and said he was the greatest, and he didn't have any rings to deserve that. But Carmelo never came out and said that. Now, Carmelo never was that guy that came out and said, "I'm the king. I'm the best." He just said, "Yo, I'm just here to play ball and get my money."
I was gonna say that some people just there for the sport. Just like you got some people who love music. They don't care about winning awards. They just there for it. They don't even care if their album sell. They just love to do it. Okay, I think Carmelo just love music. I think Carmelo just love ball.
Question right here.
Yeah, he love basketball and money.
So say it again. Say it again, Zoe.
Basketball and money. I mean, I'm just saying. But I understand though. I understand.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's what you winning for.
Yeah,
Making money.
he worked damn hard to get there, yo.
Listen, he's probably making more money off the court than he is on the court. You know what I'm saying?
I highly doubt that.
But
He ain't collectively making no $100 and something million off of anything but basketball.
Here's the thing with Carmelo. All right, let me break this down real quick.
LeBron make more money off the court than he do on the court.
But he's the
reason
greatest.
The reason he chose to go back to New York is because once LeBron decided that he was going to go home, which we're going to cover here in a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
That leveled the playing field in the East even more than it already. You know what I'm saying? Because the Heat owned the East because it was a pushover.
Exactly.
I mean, they're talented. I'm not trying to take their talent away. I'm just saying they were going to win the East by default. Yes. Now that LeBron has went to Cleveland, Melo decided to go back to New York because there wasn't any other situation in the East that was going to make them far and above better than staying in New York, because you got Phil Jackson there, you got Derek Fisher. They're going to install the triangle offense.
Yes.
Phil Jackson is going to, you know what I'm saying, they finally have gotten rid of all them horrible contracts that Isaiah Thomas gave them. They're starting to free.
Oh no, well they still hurt from Isaiah Thomas on
for that shit. But here's the thing. They're clearing up the money. They're going to be able. Phil Jackson is not going to have a guy like Carmelo there and not build around him and build a champion.
Yes.
Even though he's not coaching them, his disciples are coaching for him. So it's going to be very. You don't think Derek Fisher is going to sit down and go over shit with Phil Jackson?
Every game.
No, he's gonna be like, "This is my team, nigga."
No. After every game, that's
like, "This is my team, nigga."
Come out and coach him. You know what I'm saying? But my point is this. That's why he chose to stay in New York. Yeah, he made more money staying in New York. I get that. And Melo wanted to make money. But it didn't benefit him basketball-wise to go anywhere else when New York...
For no reason.
Okay, I got a question for you. What team wins the East next year?
Cleveland.
I don't know. I mean, hold on now.
Indiana re-signs Stevenson. Indiana has to be the favorite.
No, man. Cleveland's gonna win it, man.
But what if Kyrie Irving is not healthy because he gets injured a lot?
Oh man, we ain't even gonna go into that there, sir.
Man, it don't even matter, man. King James put the team on his back.
Man, dude.
That's true.
Miami looked like Cleveland last year. They still won the East. You know what I'm saying?
No, with LeBron there, they're going to make it to the whatever they go.
Well, they're gonna make it to the finals, man. You can say what you want. They're gonna make it to the finals.
Yeah, of course.
But anyway, let's just go on.
Hold on. Yeah, let's go on to the main subject.
Can I say something like that?
Go ahead.
Hey, Yo Mo Flow, this is John Doe channel is an entertainment channel. Just let you know. Oh, yeah, I can go. Carry on.
Oh, what the fuck? I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming. Shut up. Home.
Please, nigga, shut that shit up.
Let's get on LeBron James, man. We've been talking about him.
Fuck
We've
LeBron
been talking
James.
about the man at the hour. Let's talk about my boy, man. I'm gonna let my boy Zombie give him some praise, man. Go ahead, Zombie.
No, give him no praise. He's a sellout.
Go ahead, Zombie. Give him some praise.
Let him know, Zombie. He's the greatest player of our time. Let him know, Zombie.
Go ahead, man. I like when he said that. You know what I said? Make me feel.
No, he is.
Jordan, go ahead.
No, he's the greatest player of our time. You know, this generation. Well, now that Kobe's done. I don't know. You know, I'm surprised. I was 100%. I was surprised.
Yeah, go ahead and say it. Now that Melo done, Kobe done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, yeah. I thought Melo. If Melo and LeBron linked up, then Melo would have been the best player next year. He'd have been player of the year. I promise you. But I'm surprised. I didn't think he's gonna go back to. They basically pissed on him, urinated on him, burned his jersey. I mean, like, I'm surprised he went back. Yo, they always say, though, this might be bad luck for LeBron. They always say you never go back home. The hero never goes back home. So this might be a bad thing, man. It might be some bad luck. I'm warning you right now. And every legend told Hercules couldn't go back home. Spider-Man can't go back home. Batman couldn't go back. You know what I'm telling you?
Yeah, man. It might be a bad thing. Dog, hold it. Go on to speak on it, man. Sound like you got something you want to say.
Check this out, man. a lot of people's a bunch of fucking bandwagons. Fuck him. Fuck LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? He went back home and wow, he not giving Cleveland no championship. I don't think he got help there, do you?
Huh?
But what's your thoughts about him leaving Miami?
He's an asshole. He should have stayed put.
Shoot, no. He took Booby Gibson,
Oh, man.
Marshall, Z.
Okay. Why he leave though? Tell me this. Why did he leave?
To the final. Huh? Because they didn't supply him with enough help for him to continuously go.
Nah,
what help he gonna get at
I'm gonna give you the real reason why.
He mad because that air conditioner went off. That's what he mad for.
Nah, he left because his wife was homesick. That's why he left. Let's be honest.
We saying why did he leave Miami to go back to
Cleveland? Why did he leave Miami? He left for his wife, plain and simple.
I don't know if she was really homesick or more insecure. You see all those girls out there?
Man, ain't nobody checking for them Miami hoes.
Yeah,
I just came from Cleveland.
Girls out there.
Nobody checking for the Cleveland hoes.
There ain't no girls in Cleveland.
I know it. Yo, Cleveland got more I just moved from Cleveland. Cleveland got more transsexuals and band houses than any city, nigga.
There's no girls. She's insecure. There ain't
Nothing in Cleveland for them right now, yo.
Miami got the
but for real, I think, like, dude, I don't know. Did y'all hear the letter that he wrote for SI or whatever?
What did he say? What did he say?
When, like, you know, I can't remember the damn letter. But it's a letter about this shit, you know what I'm saying? And it was very hard.
He described why he was going back home.
Yeah, it was deep, you know what I'm saying? And I honestly do think he want to win one for Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? He want to be that one who...
Well, he should have stayed. Why did he really wanted to win one for Cleveland? He should have stayed.
He was,
well, they wouldn't give him what he needed at home.
Yeah.
He had what he needed at home, man. I mean, you got some people like Carmelo, like we were saying earlier, who just doing it because they love it, and I believe LeBron love it too. I mean, the show he puts on every time he goes on the court shows that he loves what he does. But at the same time, you got some people who want those accomplishments and awards to go along with it, and he couldn't get that if he had stayed in Cleveland.
Well, wasn't Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in their free agency?
Yeah.
Huh?
So why couldn't they come to Cleveland?
Man, dude, nobody want to go to Cleveland.
Man, I mean, some people. I think Wade went in the free agent just because that was the thing to do. Whenever you got the option to opt out, most people opt out. You know what I'm saying? That's just what they do.
Hold on, and something else that just really bothered me because I see that LeBron only signed a 2-year with Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? And that bothered me because they got max money where they could have paid for him to get a 5-year contract. You know what I'm saying?
You know why he did that?
Explain it, Screwface.
He did that because in 2000 and I guess it'll be the summer of 15 or 16, I guess. The NBA, there's talks that the NBA salary cap is going to be increased because of the new TV deals that are being discussed and finalized because their current TV contracts expire at that point.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
If the league is getting paid more TV money, then that means that teams are going to get paid more money, and that means that they're supposedly the players' union is going to request that the salary cap be increased so the players can make more money. That's why he signed a 2-year deal, so he's going to be able to sign a max deal at that point, and it's going to be worth more than if he signed a max deal now.
That boy's a smart boy.
Smart man, yes. Yes, sir.
Smart man, yo.
You know he got them vibes. Hey. So we can expect the 2-year deal coming from Melo too, because we know he want all the money possible.
He's not smart though. He's not smart. But yo, check it out though. Is the draft rigged now?
Why you ask that?
Have Cleveland been getting first place in the draft for the past 3 out of the 4 years?
Yeah. What you trying to say though?
Because their team's been terrible.
Yeah.
There's been worser teams, guys. Ever since LeBron left, it seemed like they've been trying to take care of this.
Was it fixed when it magically fell on Cleveland when he was coming out of high school?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, like, it sounds like
He gets the #1 pick when the hometown greatest player of our era happens to be available.
I don't know. It sounds a little fishy to me. The Cleveland been getting first round picks That's something that's just weird.
Here's another thing. Here's something that's crazy, which it ain't going to happen now because they kept Bosch, they signed Dang, they'll probably re-sign Wade, and they'll make the playoffs and have a decent year.
Yeah.
But Cleveland also has Miami's next year's first-round pick.
Wow.
So how crazy would it have been if they didn't re-sign Bosch and Wade went back home to Chicago and they basically decided they were going to rebuild ground up and draft and sign a bunch of young
They're trying to make
players. That could turn into a first-round pick for Cleveland next year.
They're trying to make Cleveland a new Chicago, yo. They're trying to make it into an empire like they did with Jordan, and they can make.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if they get love. If they get Kevin Love,
money. They're gonna make the NBA.
Kevin Love, they're going straight to the finals.
In that 2 years, they're gonna make a lot of money, yo.
Mm-hmm.
All because Cleveland.
Yeah.
Something else what LeBron James said, man, that I think was cool as hell. He was like, well, he say, imagine if like your hero, the person who made you want to do good things or whatever, left. You know what I'm saying? He built you up and then he left. He said that would hurt you too. And he said, so I'm glad I'm coming back home. He said, because people can see it. Hopefully they'll go away to college and then come back to the place that they're from and start up businesses and stuff like that. Because, you know, Cleveland been really struggling economically and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, what he said in that SI article, man, was real deep, man. Y'all got to really.
He's a good guy. I don't doubt that. But I think the NBA has been. I think they're already 10 steps ahead of everybody.
Here's my take on this whole LeBron James thing. I didn't agree with his decision when he left.
Why is that? Explain.
Well, just to keep from being long-winded, I feel like the way he left Miami with the stuff like that, I feel like that was a little more professional. It's just my opinion, so you don't have to say. But the whole ESPN, this big interview with Jim Gray and all that mess, I just feel like it was like slapping Cleveland or Ohio, for that matter, in the face on live television. That's just my opinion. So moving forward, that's why I did not agree with how he handled that, me personally. I'm not a Cleveland fan. I don't live in Ohio, so it didn't affect me personally, you know what I'm saying? But I just didn't feel like he handled it the way he should.
So what if Kevin Durant have a TV special saying he leaving?
That's funny.
But here's my point. I think this is one of the biggest PR moves that any person in any professional arena could ever do by him deciding to go back home. All the wrongs have been righted. All the Ohio fans, the Cleveland fans, anybody like myself that disagreed with his decision the first time and how he handled it. Not that he did it, but how he handled it. It's all been forgiven. I mean, he did what nobody expected him to do. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was his wife, whether it was him personally, whether he did it just because to right what he felt maybe was wrong and how he left. Because he said before, he didn't. Now looking back on it, he would have handled it differently. He said that in the letter. So I think that him going home rights those wrongs. And, you know what I'm saying, I don't know if he'll ever win a ring in Cleveland. I'm not going to be a Cleveland fan now because he went back. I'm a team. I am going to pull for him again like I pulled for him before he went to Miami because I feel like he righted the wrong that I felt he made wrong about it when he left. So, I mean, I'm pulling for him. I hope he wins the ring for Cleveland. I think that'd be really cool.
Hey, what's going on with your mic, Screwface? It's
not like you got
it's stuck to your face or something.
No, it's not in my face.
I said that's what it sounds like. It's stuck to your face.
Anyway, I think that he made everything right by going back home. You know what I'm saying?
I feel the same way, man. You know, if you ain't noticed, man, like a lot of people aren't really mad at LeBron for going back to Cleveland. Hell, a lot of them damn near expected him to go back. You get what I'm saying? It was kind of shocking to me because after he left, the fans them burning jerseys because we know fans gonna do what fans do. You feel what I'm saying? That didn't bother me. What bothered me,
not Miami fans.
How could he look at that owner in the face after the vicious and venomous things that owner said about him? That's what, you know what I'm saying, really got to me. So that's why I didn't think he would want to go back unless that dude just came out and made a public apology or something like that. Though. You feel me?
But they sat down and had a face-to-face, and they obviously had to have hashed it out for him to
I
agree to
said
go
public apology.
Why is it going to be public? That's between him and him. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Just the way he was public with his insults and shit.
Yeah, that letter was public. Why that wasn't between them?
No, but
dude went
you
public
had,
and wrote
you
that
had
letter.
somebody talk about you before.
I mean, if LeBron wants to go back and have a sit down face to face with him, and LeBron's cool with it, why does that man have to do a public opinion for you?
Because he did a public letter.
But why does he have to do that?
That was
for
years
you?
ago, though.
Man, that letter just came down 2 days ago. 2 or
John,
3 days ago.
Listen. My point is this.
Screwface. My point, my vision, my opinion on it ain't changing. My opinion on it ain't changing though.
Listen, I'm not justifying what the man said, and I'm not saying you're wrong or that you're right. My point is this. You say that it's okay for LeBron to leave and go to another team and slap Cleveland in the face because he's a free agent. He can do that. But if LeBron goes back and has a sit-down face-to-face with this man and he's okay with going back there, why does he have to release a letter for you to feel good about it?
Who said it was for me to feel good about it? See, that's what you get wrong. You keep saying for me to feel good. I didn't say that. I said I feel that this dude went publicly and said what he said, so he should have to go publicly and do what he do. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I said if I was LeBron, I'm not LeBron. LeBron went back and he okay with it. I said if I was like that, because this dude went out and put our business and say he ain't gonna never win nothing, he ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? He only for himself. You finna go out there and say I apologize, I was wrong. This dude just took this letter down. You know what I'm saying? A couple of days ago. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right when they want to go and get LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I agree with all that.
LeBron didn't actually. I don't feel LeBron did anything wrong with going to Miami.
And I was gonna say that I need to know how exactly he slapped Cleveland in the face. He don't owe them motherfuckers nothing, just like he don't owe Miami nothing. And I seen a lot of dudes in Miami. It's a lot of dudes that's doing. I think a lot of people doing that shit for Facebook and stuff like that. Now don't get me wrong. It's some Miami Heat fans that's actually mad. But a lot of the shit I seen from Miami fans is like, man, I'm sad to see you go, but I appreciate the 2 rings you brought to Miami. But Cleveland was vicious with their shit. They was like, fuck you, and they was mad as shit. But to be honest with you, he don't owe them nothing. I mean, look at people like Dwayne Wade. He from Chicago. He ain't playing for the Bulls.
Hell, that's what I said. So he could, dude. What you call it? LeBron would have been drafted anywhere #1. You know what I'm saying? I hate when people say that. Shoot, I don't see Kobe going back to Philly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I don't see Dwight Howard.
I'm sure he had options to, and he just chose not to. So are they going against their home? Are they going against their home because they don't go home?
Man, they hold nobody to the same standards as they hold LeBron James, and that's some hypocritical bullshit.
Because he got drafted and played for his home.
Okay, he played for him for 7 years and took him to the finals. You know what I'm saying? You act like he played for him for 7 years and didn't do shit for the team.
Nobody said that. I did not say that.
Well, that's the way you acting.
When you say he slapped him in the face, that's saying he did them wrong. He don't owe them shit.
I'm not the only person that felt that way, guys.
No, you're not the only person, but I'm just saying people who feel that way. I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying people who feel that way, in my opinion, they got a lot of nerve to say that he slapped them in the face when he really don't owe them shit. Just like none of these other players, they ain't playing for their home team, and I'm sure they got options to play for their home team when their contract is up. But if you choose not to,
none of them standards that LeBron getting held to.
Well, it don't matter, man. It don't matter where you were first.
Any place he would have been drafted, dude.
He can go back to Chicago right now, correct?
Who?
If he wants to.
Yes.
But he's known as a Miami Heat player. He's played his whole career there. It's different.
But that's all about preference. That's what you want to do. That's what he wants to do. He wants to end his career as a Heat, just like you were saying earlier about Paul Pierce. You figured he would go back to Boston.
Yeah,
he don't want to end his career in Boston. He want to end it where he want to end it. And if that's at Washington or if that's wherever, that's where he want to end it. He don't owe nobody shit.
Nobody ain't saying that Carmelo should go back to Denver and finish his career off. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter where you from. Is what you keep saying. where they drafted at first. You know what I'm saying? It's either where they from or where they drafted. You know what I'm saying? Which one is it? Because you can't have both sides of the coin.
No.
Because you want both sides. Oh, where they from? Okay, one of them.
More unique than any other superstar that's ever played, man.
He ain't more unique than any other superstar.
You want to praise him and say he's the best player in the world, but you don't want to call his situation by being drafted by his home state team 30 minutes from his hometown. That's not unique.
Dude, that's not his home state. That's not his hometown either. He from that's like me getting drafted by
On the ladder.
Dude, that's like me getting drafted by Miami Dolphins in football or something, but I leave Miami Dolphins and I'm one of the greatest football players. And I'm from Tampa, you know what I'm saying? Dang, he should have stayed with the Miami Dolphins, you know what I'm saying? Because that's his home team or whatever.
But the thing is, I don't think you would leave Miami, would you?
Who?
You.
If I had to go somewhere and win a ring, yeah, I'll leave Miami.
So you're saying your skills ain't that nice?
No,
I ain't playing football. I'm just using the argument. I'm just using the argument, man. That man wanted to go.
Why everybody thought taking up for LeBron James? That nigga ain't paying out bills.
I don't fit. The standards that LeBron get held to, I feel that's just bullshit.
Man, fuck that nigga.
Standards. His situation is
No, those are standards, sir.
Man, tell me to pay my mortgage.
His situation is unique.
It's not no unique situation. I'm pretty sure. Listen, I'm pretty sure LeBron isn't the only player who went to the team that he grew up around or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
JD, we got the podcast, right?
Yes.
You left the podcast and went to the Next Gen 720s, right?
Yeah.
Do you owe us? A letter? Do you owe us? Do you feel like you turned your back on us? Do you believe all the excuses that you're giving for LeBron? Would you believe that it was otherwise? Would you say the same thing?
What you mean? If I up and left my own podcast to go back to that.
Yes, LeBron left his own team. The Cleveland is his team.
That is not his team. He don't own it.
No,
This is not your podcast. You don't own
his
it.
team.
No, that is his team.
That is not his team. Cleveland is not his team.
Ever. He is the greatest player ever to be on Cleveland.
That is not his team.
But John,
no, it's not. I'm sorry.
Miami's not his team.
But still, JD, you left the podcast to go to another podcast that make
dude. That's like saying,
dude. Answer the question.
Dude, he's a free. Listen, he's a free agent. If he's. Can I get it out?
No.
It's Screwface. I can't hear shit you saying.
But
Screwface,
JD,
I cannot hear nothing you're saying.
JD, you're leaving the podcast to go to a place where you'll have a chance to get more attention, right? So, do you think you're turning that back on us? Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Man, but he ain't a free agent though, so that's a bullshit question. That's a bullshit question. That's some bullshit right there. Get out of here. That's some bullshit.
Dude, that's where they keep killing me at. This dude's a free agent. He can go where he wants to go. Hold on. Basically, y'all saying LeBron being a free agent, he wasn't really a free agent. That's basically what people saying.
No, I'm not saying that.
Screwface, I cannot.
You still
I'm gonna say it one more time. I cannot hear you, Screwface. Your mic ain't coming through at all.
Hey, why he not answering the question, Zoe?
Answer my question, JD.
Yes or no?
Hold on. Am I a free agent and I get to choose where I want to go next?
Of course. You can always choose where you want to go because we're all free agents.
Man, I got a better one for you. You on the verge of getting kicked out of this podcast. So you pretty much a free agent. So you could go on where the fuck you want to go. Go over there and get you some more exposure, man. Fuck.
Hold on. None of y'all motherfuckers. We know the owner was doing all kind of shit behind the scenes, but nobody ain't talking about that though. You know what I'm saying? We just talk about LeBron leaving for Cleveland or whatever. We ain't talking about him. We ain't talking about the owner, LNA, his homeboys and all of that stuff. We ain't talking about none of that. We ain't talking about the teammates on there fucking his mama and shit. We ain't talking about none of that, though. You know what I'm saying? We ain't getting into none of that, though. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about the little extra stuff.
Hold on. Well, hold on, JD. The owner is doing what to his friends?
They had alienated one of his homeboys. Chris Broussard was talking about
That's not his job. Is to
That's his homeboy. Hey. If you making it
Those are his
uncomfortable for
homies?
the people who I fuck with,
Entourage.
that's an issue.
That's not his job to.
Man, I tell you what, man, I wouldn't be able to look a motherfucker in the face to fuck my mama either. I'd be ready to choke the shit out of him, man. I'm just being honest with you. I wouldn't be able to play with that dude.
You trade his bum ass away, but the homies,
But he didn't trade the bum asses away.
That has nothing to do with that's petty.
Man, that is not petty.
That's petty. Yo,
Donald Sterling didn't feel like that when he couldn't come to his own games. He sold the team. Nigga. What the hell you mean?
It's just because he wasn't nice to his homies.
No, I think he made them where they couldn't come to the games. Some kind of fuckery. You know what I'm saying? That dude, what name? Dan Gilbert or whatever. Dude, he a real slime ball, man. He's a slime ball dude.
Then why did he come back?
All right, we gotta be quiet. We gotta be quiet so Screwface can talk. Because I think when we're talking, we burying him.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying.
But JD, or not, JD, come on now.
Can y'all hear me?
Hold on. Are y'all doing me all types of dirty and shit?
We're not. Can y'all?
It's your time, nigga. It's your time.
That's what I'm asking y'all. Are y'all doing me all types of dirty? If y'all doing me all types of dirty, you know what I'm saying? Y'all fucking my mama and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I can't discuss the topics that I want to discuss and none of that. You know what I'm saying? Everything I do is just getting overruled. Hell yeah, all that.
No, but Jungle. No, Cleveland. LeBron was able to do whatever he wanted in Cleveland.
No, he was not. I'm sorry, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
This shit. Man. You can't come to agreement with John Dome Boy.
What about Mr. T? Mr. T, what you think?
I just think there's a. Hey, everybody, I'm sorry I'm late. There is a.
Man, you beyond late, man.
Hey, well, hold up. We crossed wires a little bit. We got a little confused. I did anyway. But anyway, I've never heard so many straw man arguments and LeBron James nut huggery in my life. There's a lot of LeBron James nut huggery going on in this podcast.
Oh,
man, you can go on back where the fuck you came from. Don't
Fuck LeBron James.
That man decided he wanted to go back. What is the problem?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying? Why do people hate it so much?
No, we're talking about when he left.
See, they want to go back in the past and talk about when this man hauled ass.
In the past, it's
He Michael Jordan. He think he can leave his team and then go back. He ain't Michael, man.
He can. I mean, look at all the open arms for my man coming back home.
LeBron talked about it in his letters.
No, my whole thing is I didn't have a problem with him leaving. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. I'm surprised.
That opinion.
It's with how he left.
Yeah.
I think that.
It's not how.
I mean, people can leave and go. People leave their teams all the time. That's nothing new. It's just the way he did it was kind of dirty. He could have gave the man a heads up. You know, the owner a heads up.
You know, old Dan Gilbert shit. That dude is a nasty dude, and I don't care what nobody say. He don't owe him shit.
And John Doe just placed an order for it.
I don't know what he
I ain't hear shit he just said, but I know he talking shit.
Only LeBron is in here shit.
I know.
If
you want to talk shit to me, you gotta.
Anyway, man, we done spent entirely too much time on that shit.
John Doe, if you left us and went back to the Next Gen's podcast, I'll be hurt, brother.
I know you would, man. I'll be hurt myself, man.
Exactly.
Man, hey, yo, John Doe. Hey, yo, John Doe. I wouldn't be mad at you, brother. Make that YouTube money, son.
Look. I ain't hating nothing. But be honest with you, I won't be mad because it's looking kind of bad over there, man. They might need you, dog.
Hey, we ain't taking no shots.
We ain't taking no shots. Now.
Hey, yo, Doe. I'm gonna put it to you like this, man. I'm gonna put it to you like this. If PewDiePie was like, hey, yo, John Doe, I like your show, man, and I want you, but I don't want the rest of your crew. Man, do what you do, bro. Go ahead and sign up with PewDiePie, man. Fuck us, man.
Yo, fuck you.
No, there is.
No, dude, I don't think my heart would be like that. I don't think I can do it. I'm sorry. I'll tell PewDiePie he can come fuck with us, but I won't go.
C4's only saying that because he want to take over the podcast.
No, you can't do that.
No, fuck that, man, because you know what? I'm going to break it down to you like this. If somebody with 3 million subscribers said they wanted C4, Fuck all y'all, boy.
But that's a difference between me and you. Y'all
I'm just
you talking good one, but you don't know what you want to
The difference between LeBron and Carmelo.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? Melo chasing the money, LeBron chasing championships. I'm chasing them championships, man.
What you say, Holy?
He ain't chasing the championship going back to Cleveland.
How you chasing the championship in Cleveland? That's what
Man, dude,
Yeah, exactly.
right now, Cleveland is better than Miami. You know, it was last year.
Okay, now it's okay to go to the best team.
It's because LeBron went. That's why he better than Miami.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's all that matter.
Last week, John Doe was saying that Miami was the best team for him to continue to play for.
If they would have kept everybody together, and
Hold
on, and D-Wade would agree to come off the bench. D-Wade he making $14 million a year. He ain't coming off no bench, man. That's that.
Well, he only got but one leg, so he got to do something.
I also said that he got to come off the bench, and he ain't coming off no bench making no $14 million a year, man. And I feel that's wrong of him to take all that damn money. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't deserve it right now. How in the hell you gonna take $14 million? You can barely walk. Come on now, that ain't right.
Why don't you ask your boy D-Wade?
He don't got no knees, nigga.
Wait, I ain't talking to the Flash. I felt that was very selfish, and that probably was like a major reason why LeBron left too, man. Because he seen that they couldn't build a team because D-Wade still wanted all this money.
If D-Wade wanted all that money, he wouldn't have opted out. So he obviously was willing to take less money.
He taking less money, but he's still making $14 million a year. That's less than what he was gonna get paid. He's supposed to get like 20 something million. He's supposed to get 47 million over the next 2 years. So it's less money.
I realized what I said. I fucked up. I meant to say, why don't you ask your boy D Rose that question? My bad. The one with the fucked up link.
Time out. Don't try to switch that shit with my team, man. I ain't gonna do that.
No, real talk. I just caught myself and realized I said, why don't you ask your boy D Wade? I meant to say D Rose. Because that motherfucker ain't did shit in about 3-4 years.
That's real talk.
I ain't real talk. You can get the go what the fuck you got.
Man, I think people putting way too much too much what's the word? Expectations on D Rose after he got injured twice.
We're talking about LeBron. We ain't talking about LeBron.
Well, we already. But you can't talk about LeBron. LeBron is the best player playing.
I ain't trying to hear that shit. Y'all hear what I say, all right? Fuck that. Podcast over.
Yeah.
We can wrap that shit on up, man. Y'all ain't talking about shit.
Yeah, we doing. They didn't curse me out this one. You know what I'm saying? But it's all right.
I believe C4 said he would leave us, yo.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
We up for PewDiePie.
We got a trader in the group, right?
Hey, y'all know I was just bullshitting, man.
We got a trader
right now. You want me to come on this podcast? I'm out. I give you all shout outs, though. I give you all shout outs.
All right, well, we're going to go and end this thing out, man. C4, go on to say your outro, sir.
It's your boy C4. Chat with me, and I'm out. Peace.
Go ahead, Zoba70.
I'm gonna name somebody's name, but it's not to be taken as a personal attack. It's gonna be personal, but it's not a personal attack. Fat Gamer said that him and his boy, what's his name, Super?
Yeah, Super Bro.
Was gonna do a podcast, and it was gonna be the best podcast. What I gotta say to Fat Gamer is, go ahead, bring it on, man. We like the challenge.
Oh yes, sir. You know what I'm saying. Bring it. Yeah. Screwface, fix your mic and go ahead and say your outro.
Can y'all hear me now? Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just wanted to let you guys know I just got this report, according to my sources, that John Doe and C4 just received their number 6 Cleveland Cavaliers jersey in the mail.
Thank you.
And guess what? Screwface sent it to us. That's all I'm saying. All right, Dog Cola, go ahead and say your outro, sir.
This Dog Holy, a.k.a. Mushmouth. Y'all didn't understand shit the whole podcast. Fuck LeBron James.
All right. All right, and Mizzah Tee, last but not least.
I'm just going to say bye because I wasn't here long enough to say hi. So
Oh, man. We're gonna have to get you a new alarm clock or something, Mizzah Tee. Let's get on up out of here. Later, people. Hope y'all guys enjoy it. And this is your boy John Doe, and I'm out. Yeah.